And as they say, time flies when we're having fun, and we're doing just that. Crazy to think that Season 3, Episode 2 of AZCFL Intel is here. I am your host, Jesse Burke, and as you saw, tonight's guest is Bleau from the Arizona Hawks.
One and only.
Welcome to the show, man.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me on again.
For those that are new to the show, Rob joined us last year on Season 2, kind of halfway through the season, was talking about the highs and lows. At the time, they were kind of going through what was a playoff push to see if they could make it. Unfortunately, they did not.
Yeah, we had to rely on other people to win, and it didn't work out. But we game planned for it. We didn't plan to win more than 4 to 5 games. Me and Chris sat down, looked at strength of schedule, and we're just like, well, realistically, if we win 5 games, we could be in. And we were wrong. We didn't expect the Owls and the Headhunters to lose, the Owls and the Reapers to lose to the Headhunters, who we beat week 1. If they both sealed the deal, we would have made it at 4 and 6. And we would have made the 4th seed.
And unfortunately, that didn't take place, so they did not make the playoffs. Winning with a moral victory towards the end, winning the last game of your season, which was nice, and that you said relying on other people to get things done, which is not something in life you should depend on.
That's tough. It almost did it. We needed the Demons to beat the Headhunters. They almost did. That was a close game. If that game was down in Tucson, then I think they would have pulled it off and we would have made it in.
So for those not familiar with the league, Bleau is well-known player throughout the league, transitioned to a team owner.
Yes, sir.
Tell me for those that don't know you, when you started playing football from, just an athletic standpoint to your years with the AZCFL.
I started, first time ever playing contact was freshman year at North Canyon. Played there till junior year, then I left because conflict with coaches and whatnot. And then right after that year, I found the Cave Creek Dragons, Sean in the AZFL, and that's when I kind of started out there. And actually, in first year in the league, I used to play D-tackle, nose tackle in high school. They put me at center in a wing tee offense. I was like, I'm going to come out here. I want to practice playing center. And, and they're like, you can play center? That's all they heard. And they put me in there, and I was like, I can't really snap the ball like that. So we ran a wing tee, and Rome Dumas, that's how I met him. He was our quarterback that year. And so just kind of, then, after that, I was playing in both leagues in the GFL at the time with the Reapers and the Dragons. And then, then the Fury in the spring, and then that closed up. And eventually led up to where I am now as a owner and player for the Hawks. And this will be the last and only team I play for.
So very impressive to be an owner/player, on top of the fact that we often market you guys and let the world know that these guys have full-time jobs and lives outside of football. So to coordinate multiple guys at once to join a team, not only to buy in for multiple weeks, kind of bring us through that process of that transition of player to now wanting to kind of be like you said, the owner of a team.
So for me, fortunate enough, last year when I started, it was I have a lot of guys that wanted to play with me or around me throughout the years of being a semi-pro, so that had a huge help. Other than that, as a new owner, it's really difficult to kind of keep guys there, especially at this level. You pay to play, and you're at the team's at the mercy of whenever you're free. You know, some guys can miss practice all they want and still come out and ball, which is unfortunate. But other than that, so me being a player already amongst the league, I brought a lot of the guys over from the Reapers, Dragons. That's what a lot of my guys are a mix of. But ultimately, though, it's different, way different than like high school and like structured sports. Because high school, college, it's a job. You're 9 to 5. I remember waking up, being at practice for high school. We get there at 5:30, do a gym practice in the morning, dress out, and you're there all day. And got study hall, and then home. Then you got your lifting, then film, then practice again, and you do it all over. There's no room at all. Semi-pro, you kind of just come and go as you please. So with that being said, you're going to get half-assed commitment all across the board.
I gotcha.
As of lately, we've been all right. I mean, last night I practiced with like 25 guys, so. But a lot of guys work. It's workman's league, so it's a lot different.
I know with the revamp and kind of the makeover the league has gone through, we did kind of cut down on the size of teams that we had. I think last year was upwards towards 16.
At 17
teams. So more than half has kind of not made the cut. I know towards the end of last year, you kind of were in Matt's inbox and chirping in his ear talking about, hey, no pressure. I hope we do get an invite back. I want to at least prove that I want to be part of this league. Tell me, was there any doubt or was there any communication that led you to think that maybe you guys weren't coming back? And then kind of what was the green light like?
Sort of, just because me and Matt talked before, like my preseason game was Colorado. He asked me, he's like, what's your ultimate vision? I'm here for the long haul and everything. So, and I won't lie, a lot of the influence was also Coach Bray Brooks, and he's my GM and co-owner. Other than that, like me personally, I honestly had my doubts that I wouldn't make it. A lot of it was the game planning and the structure of the to be a team in this league was all Bray Brooks. I'm just the ugly face of the franchise. But I had some doubts only because literally as a brand new team, pretty much like, for instance, like teams like the Scorpions and Owls and stuff like that, they weren't invited back. The Demons, who won a couple ships, weren't invited back. So I definitely had my doubts there. And once I got the email saying I was going to be part of the original 6 or whatever brought in, I was super excited. But I definitely talked to him a little bit. Mainly Bray Brooks, so talked to him, and he could attest that too.
Is that true, Commish?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So with knowing that you guys are coming back, and I don't want to say on thin ice because you guys haven't done anything behaviorally wrong.
We had a couple little issues, but
so having, I guess, a reduced ego, knowing that you are more of the bottom tier teams in this league compared to the Rebels and the Phantoms and the Outlaws and stuff. What's the buy-in process from? Because you have pride in your team.
Absolutely.
You rock the swag. You're Hawks up and down with the gear. You're always I see the emojis on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? You're bought in, and it's definitely contagious. How do you keep that up and have these players continue to buy in, even though knowing they are climbing up a taller mountain?
Well, partially for me with that, how I keep them bought in is everyone makes the playoffs this year. That's how we kept that buy-in process. Was, to me, I look at this as 10 weeks of scrimmages for us. Like, we had an ugly loss versus the Canes, guarantee at least Bray Brooks will be back by then, and we'll adjust according to that, and we're not going to let 51 points get put up on us again. So that might be the target that they hear. I might have set some fire off in them, but
yeah, we'll get to that. Don't worry.
But so that's how I keep my. I was like, look, just think of this as practices where we can go 0-10. Any other team can go 10-0. It don't matter. Come week 11, everyone's 0-0, and it's hard to beat a team twice. So me, I keep reiterating that. Granted, it's tough on the confidence getting beat, especially like that this last week. But so just keep reiterating it's scrimmages, and that'll keep guys bought in. Partially there.
Definitely. And then last year, we definitely saw a team in the Silverbacks go almost undefeated, or I think they did go undefeated.
And
almost undefeated. And
they went 9-1, right?
And then in the playoffs, got punched in the mouth
by the Owls up north.
Owls.
So that's the kind of the preach I have to do at practice.
Exactly.
So
anything's possible.
Look what happened, I was like, any given Saturday, it don't matter. So
right.
That keeps it. And again, that's one loss. Again, and that week we had practice rained out too. We had a lot of install. We have added some addition to the O-line last night too. We had some guys that weren't registered in time or couldn't make it out that week. So we have like 3 or 4 guys That's why you see my big ass out there. Truthfully, I don't want to play. Like, I really thought this would be done. Matt and I have talked about it. It's like, you need to get back to the owner standpoint of it and, focus on branding yourself and more the business aspect.
Is there any players that could take your spot, from a...
Oh, absolutely. I'm not nothing what I used to be. I'm terrible.
Okay. Well, at least the ego...
You see, I'm sitting a lot on the sideline.
The ego death is a big part of growth, So with that, knowing that you guys had, I don't want to say big shoes to fill, more so you guys kind of got the permission slip and was like, hey, you're welcome to the field trip. Knowing that you came into this season, you had a tall order with the first game of the week, first game of your, season, seeing as it's a new team that kind of was a culmination of a bunch of different players from other teams, some that have folded, some that have just kind of trickled around the league. Unfortunately, like you spoke on it, there was a 50 burger dropped on you guys. For those not savvy with the slang of football, 50 points scored, 0 on the other team.
51 burger.
51 burger, and a little cheese. You could say bagel. They've got 0. Goose egg, donut, whatever you want to say. 0 points. I got as many points as they got. Is the way to put it. So with that, man. Leading up to this game, unfortunately, I stay removed from Red Zone because, that's not my place. It's kind of like the locker room. That's where you guys are at. I definitely get the notifications every 5 minutes. But leading up to that game, there was some spice and some talking and some, you're not going to do this, we're going to do that.
That's my man Darion, and he's commenting on that. I put the Red King clause on him. He's got to be quiet because he was over there comparing them to the Bucks. And I that wasn't it. KP reached out to me personally and was like, if you're thinking that we're, the Bucks, that you have like another thing coming. And I was like, crap, here we go. So, and then the addition of Ray too, is you're going to be a little bit of a target there too. They're going to look to, do the most, we'll say, because I don't think they didn't put no backups in. They kept everybody in.
I was going to say, usually when there's a...
KP started from first quarter to last from what I remember.
I was going to say, usually with a shutout, it's like, man, what went wrong? But I guess...
Everything.
What went right, if you could say what, any positive shines a light,
We had a couple drives, going. Like, Rome got some, momentum under him and a couple drives, but he threw a couple picks. It was this... One of them, I'm going to tell Tim, it was pass interference. I hope he knows that. He pushed my receiver down and then picked it and took it to the crib.
You hear that?
PI. We can roll
PI,
the clip
bro.
I'll pull it up.
He might be my guest next week, so we can really hash this out.
I'm going to send you the clip and send it to him. It was PI. All
right.
It is what it is. Good. Nonetheless, it was a great pick, and he's a hell of a ball player. But only positives is, as I said, we had a couple stops.
The helmets, bro.
The helmets. As I said, we got killed. We got killed, but we were the flyest trash bags out there. It was what everyone else would say. Let Tossie tell it. It was like, hey, y'all are nothing but, a dumpster fire in the making, but you look good while you're doing it. So
you look good. You play good. You guys got the first step.
We look good. Felt good. We didn't really play that good. I'll keep it a buck. All my players know what it is. That's why I told everyone, stay out of the red zone. It's one thing you get provoked and pulled in, but we haven't proved nothing. That's what I said. Even last year, I was heavy on don't be in the red zone talking and whatnot. You'll see me in there time to time, but I'm not in there bragging about my
It's
team.
more jokey.
It'll be joking back and forth, clowning with, some of the people, Tozzy, D-Will, a few of them, be going back and forth with them. But other than trying to say we're going to go out and smack nobody, we didn't prove nothing yet. 5-5 in the Tier 2 division, and both the Tier 1 teams we played, who we had to play again this year, we put 21-plus points on us.
So I will say, walking past the handshake line and hearing some of the squabbling that went on, it was all, within reason, nothing crazy.
No.
One of your players, though, I don't know the name specifically. I remember him barking at somebody saying, well, you can't guard me one-on-one. And I want to push back on that and say football is never a one-on-one sport.
No.
It's always going to be everybody doing their assignment.
It's a team thing.
To bring the best results. So I just wanted to push back on that. You can't, what are you going to play in the parking lot? It was decided then and there.
This isn't, flag or sevens or nothing, but there's a lot of stuff you can get out of that. I'm not taking nothing away from flag and the guys that do that.
Yeah.
But it's not as physical, and there's a lot more team effort involved because you don't have a line coming at you and putting it in your face.
Right.
If you line up, do one-on-one drills, and maybe, but that's not what wins ball games.
Yeah. So shout out to you for understanding that. I see that a lot, not just on your team. I see that I don't care we lost. It's me, and it's that's not football. From what I know, it's a team.
It's a team thing.
Right. So
that's what I mean. It's back to me, stepping. I sit my ass on the sideline. Excuse my language, but I know what I'm able to do and what I'm not able to do.
Yeah. So
as an owner, I'm not gonna, be the dictator and be like, hey, you're gonna let me play because I'm the owner. I'm not that guy. I'm definitely a team-oriented guy, and that's, allow everyone to be.
So the world definitely, was, I don't want to say shocked when they saw the score, because they definitely did predict the Canes to come out on top.
Yeah.
However, there was some witnesses to some greatness. Our guy Phil Ross on the Canes was out here levitating over people.
Yeah, but that was you got pushed out of bounds. Why did you put that? Like, good catch, but it didn't.
Oh, okay. See, it was out of bounds. That's why you bring the intel. You tell me he's out of bounds, bro.
Yeah, Phil. Yeah, he's cool people, but ultimately, I remember watching that play on film, and he was pushed out of bounds.
Okay, well, you got to convince. Look at my man Shane and Martin too.
Like, it looks great. It's a great picture, but even some people post on their film flag plays, like that have counted as like a penalty flag. They'll count that as a stat, even though it got called back. They'll put that on it.
Martin's kind of like, yeah, that's cool, but he's not doing that on me, bro. Shane's like, yeah, whatever, man. You see me on the news today? Yeah, so that's them. But yeah, man, real quick commercial break from our sponsors. When we get back, man, we're gonna talk about some upcoming games, and we're gonna make sure to get your popcorn ready. So stay tuned.
Can't wait. Back.
We are back.
I stole your line. My fault.
Hey, bro, you got all the swag. Let me do the talking. But this is AZCFL Season 3, Episode 2, Big Blue in the building. Your host, Jesse Burke. Yeah, man, the 51 burger with cheese. You guys, got all through all 4 quarters. You know what I'm saying?
You're going to see us quit like that, like some of the other teams.
No folding, no quitting. You know what I'm saying? You even cleaned up your placemat after the fact. So
they're my guys. Like I said, Rod and KP, I took pictures with them after. There's no ill will there. Same with Fish. Fish is a hell of a coach. I wouldn't mind playing for him at one point, but they came out and had the clicking on all cylinders.
So we kind of, you give yourself the 24-hour sulk period. You move on to next week. But, to give yourself a little bit more of a refresher and to remind the world that know who you are, and to let the world know firsthand some film that you sent our way to, kind of show, what I'm saying, the prime and some of, the prowess.
My garbage time plays.
Yeah, you're talking Big Smoke with Phil, so let's now break down your clip. So what do we got here, bro?
Mine weren't out of bounds. Oh, I got free lane here. They just kind of let me in there. I don't know what he did, but he pulled, and you let me, my 500-pound self catch you might be doing something wrong. So,
man, when somebody gets pancaked or hit from you, man.
I actually bruised my ribs this play.
That really was bad. I remember you saying you did.
That's why I was rolling over. Like, it take a long time to get up as it is anyway. But I bruised my ribs. I have my boy Bradley, who now plays for the Thunder. He landed on top of me. So as I hit him and went down and came up, he hit me and it pushed me back down. And I ended up still playing that game with bruised ribs. But thank God it was week 10 because I was not ready for next week. It would last like 3 weeks, it felt like.
Is your insurance premium higher because you play football?
No.
I'm just kidding.
No, that kind of doesn't,
They don't cover that. All right, what we got next?
Here we go. It took me 86 steps to walk 2 yards, and I got a 2-point conversion here.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. Like, hey,
That's looking like a Euro step in the NBA now.
I traveled for sure.
Yeah, bro.
But that's my, 2 points.
Where's the dance? You do a little boogie or something? I
went over there and just did the whole, I forgot what it was, hands on the hips kind of thing. And just looked at him like I'm that guy. I'm really not that guy.
That's new to me, man.
I'm not that guy.
We're going to call that the Big Blue.
Hey, yeah, we'll call it that.
So, yeah, shouts to that.
Maybe we'll see it or not this weekend. Maybe not.
Yeah, hey, any trickeration, as they call it? Or don't want to give it too much of the sauce,
We wanted to week 10 when we played. Then we were going to have me do a little, like, Dontari Poe throw it, but it didn't get to it. They planned to. They stacked the box.
What's the farthest you could throw the ball?
20, 30 yards. I'm not a quarterback, but I can do a little 3-yard flick to the end zone. Like, I know you guys seen the Chiefs when Dontari Poe threw it to the tight end. We had Bob Caldwell at the time had a play designed for me like that on the Warriors way back when I was going to play with them. So we tried to implement that, but they game planned for it. they stacked the box. That wasn't happening.
All right, then third, and let's see what we got. Oh, it was a night game under the lights.
Against the Owls. Yeah, I stuffed it. Granted, I didn't wrap up all the way. I kept trying to strip the ball. That's why you see my hand slip. But Just a hole stuffer.
And was this so?
This had playoff implications on it.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, so it was a 2-point conversion that stopped, and we had a good drive going and could have potentially won it, but one of the players ended up getting unsportsmanlike. Instead of a 4th and 2 or potentially 1st and 10, and we got a 4th and 17 because he threw the football at his face. That little mental thing.
How do you? Yeah, I was gonna say, in the heat of the battle, how do you contain your emotions? And
for me personally, it's not hard for me at all. I don't but I'm also, again, not getting hit and lit up or held like the way some of the receivers would. And I know with Nate at the time, like he was having some back and forth with the DB, and he was just being a little extra.
Yeah.
Because it was a late hit, and he wouldn't let go of him, so he got mad and he threw the ball. We got the flag, but they negated it. Ended up being so his was a 5-yard, and ours was like a 15-yard because like they negated, and I think we ended up at 4th and 12 or something like that. So that screwed us a little bit, but.
Does that come up in film the next week? Or?
It did. Like, we were, gonna potentially, like, bench him the first half, but it wasn't – he apologized and everything, and so we were good. But we ultimately – that was like a deal breaker, you know what I mean? Like, it killed all momentum, and so.
Do you guys have any, like, team mantra or any, like, reassigning or reconfirming the idea that the team's above everybody else? So it's like, is there any type of like motto you guys go to? I know like with the Phantoms, they have like the one family, and the Outlaw, they got the Outlaw Magic. Do you guys have anything?
No, really just has a chance. Like, Hawks on me, Hawks on 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, like
I love it, bro.
Like that,
you know what I'm saying? You got me sold.
Yeah, I mean, if it rhymes, I guess it's okay. But no, I mean, it just kind of goes without saying. Like, it's not Hawk football. Like, we can't do nothing that, affects the team, like, as a whole, but it is what it is. Like we had still a chance to make playoffs, but.
So without, making your head too big, with the leadership that comes with being an owner, a football player, and kind of like a big bro to some of these guys, it seems that it's natural. People flock to you, no pun intended with the Hawks, and they, look up to you and they want to do right by you. I see that you have a large following. People respect you. You do that without saying, "Look at me, look at me." I mean, obviously you got some ice in your grills, and you like being flashy, but verbally, I don't see you, stomping your feet.
No.
Reminding people I'm that guy. So what comes with that? Did that come from your childhood? Do you have siblings? Like what's that like?
Yeah, I was a middle child, so
you got to ride out the highs and lows.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm a humble guy at the end of the day, but I just kind of came into it. Like some people that there's people that try to force it, and it just isn't right. I'm just a natural kind of leader in that aspect, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it has to do with me being a middle child because I was always kind of breaking up fights between younger brother, older brother, stuff like that.
Yeah. But, I mean, I'm the baby in the family, so I've always just been get out of the way. Stuff
went your way, pretty much. Me, I'm stuck in the middle. It's hard since you learn it young. I mean.
Yeah, now mine was reversed, but.
Oh, really?
That's a different story, bro.
Another time.
Yeah, that's a different podcast. That's for the weekends. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Nah,
but yeah, man. So we saw what you guys did in the past, what you did in the past. What's kind of the plans for the future?
One, I would love to win a ring, truthfully. That's the goal. That's ultimately what it is. But all in all, like, to me, it's adult Pop Warner in a sense. That's how they'll put it in this way. But we're moving with the CFL, though. It's going to be way different.
Developmental, yeah.
Yes. My whole goal mainly is to, win a ring, but I'm trying to get the guys that should be at the next level to the next level. So that's why I lost a good amount of people. A couple went and played for other teams, had a couple go play college ball. My main goal is to get them to the next level, which this league is for. I would love to win a ring along the way, but if I don't, I don't. It is what it is. I'm gonna be here for long haul. Maybe one day, a couple of these teams will drop out, and it'll be only us, and we'll have the chance to do the, win in a 4-man league, maybe.
Hey, process of elimination, right? So if it's not about, the selfish goals of the rings, it's about the bigger picture, about getting people to the next level.
Yeah, that's the ultimate. We'll get them filmed, get them out of here. Because there's some of the guys, like Day, unfortunately, he got hurt. He has to get surgery. He dislocated his shoulder Saturday. But he should be playing at the next level somewhere, along with a couple young guys, like, that I have, But And if we lose them on the way, it'll suck. Don't get me wrong, but at this level, people will fill in. We'll get guys to come that are only playing this level. But that's so. If we lost guys like that, like it'll definitely hurt. It's a big role to fill. But
So speaking of this level, before we get to the week 2 matchups, we have another quick commercial break, and when we get back, we'll break down week 2 of the AZCFL.
and I will not steal your line this time. My bad.
Oh, that's cool, bro. And we're back. Season 3, Episode 2 of AZCFL Intel.
I'm
Big Bob,
Yeah, Big
JB,
Bob, Big
Jesse
Blue.
Burke, Big Blue, Big, what's the other one? Blue Hawk Down?
They won't,
No.
Not
bad.
Big Blue, Big Bob. That's Blue Hawk down.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I can't even go after that.
Boom, it's live here on Intel. So, Blue, we got clean slate of football this weekend.
Yes,
You know what I'm
sir.
saying? Everyone, some people started 0-1, some started 1-0, but hey, that's last week. We talk about this week. First game, familiar faces for you, the Canes versus the Phantoms. Who you got? I know the Phantoms tend to play better during the day, so that's just a factor.
There's just 1 p.m., right? Again.
Mhm.
I'm going to take the Canes on this one. I think, truthfully, they're hitting on all cylinders. I don't think that we played bad, don't get me wrong. We had a lot of mistakes and stuff that cost us field position for the Canes to score. But the Phantoms and stuff, they looked a little light. Like I've heard that, they had Isaac playing some O-line and stuff when I was talking with Tossie. Tossie's scared to go back because he don't want to play O-line. But I got the Canes winning this probably, I'll say 24-0, 24-6.
They doing 2 burgers back
20,
there?
I'll go 24-6, 24-6, because I just think Canes got so much talent right now and a lot of rotational players, so everyone's fresh when they come in. So, and again, maybe Fish just came from there too, so unless they changed up their entire game plan, Fish already knows how to kind of go against them. So.
Oh, that's true. That is true. And then quarterback-wise, who did they have back there?
I don't know. I looked like Jake at first, but I know Jake's on the Spartans.
The Spartans, yeah.
Like, I thought it was Jake. It looked like his
Last year
doppelganger.
it was Armenta, the young cat, and then I actually have
he was out of the Yonker where we were at, right?
Yeah.
I know he was there. Like I said, Isaac was playing live, but he plays quarterback too,
Yeah.
But he was filling in to help out. So unless the Phantoms come with more guys on the line, so they don't have to have their other quarterback on the line, I got the Canes, kind of rolling through this. Their D line they rushed 3 and were whooping us. I was triple teaming junior and whatnot with my center and my other guard. Like we triple teamed like Aaron Donald. So.
and they've been getting Kenny Mitchell in the mix.
Yeah.
feeding him the ball.
Yeah, he had a score or 2, if I'm not mistaken. I know he got 1 for sure.
Yeah,
But,
I know that was a big talk last year, him being underused and stuff. So.
Yeah, well, they're using them right. They're using all they used all their weapons this last Saturday. We got caught lacking, and they definitely took advantage of that. But I definitely think Canes get one over the Phantoms. Even I think Matt mentioned it before.
And then second, we got the Rebels, who unfortunately started the year 0-1 as, they had a big target on their back. They kind of seemed like it was a, I don't want to say Super Bowl, but a championship hangover, And then they're going against the Outlaws.
Okay. Both these teams have a new addition at QB and whatnot. But I'm going to probably take Outlaws in that. And it's going to be close. It's going to be really close. It's going to be defensive battle. But I think Rico is more like he's won a couple ships before and whatnot. He's been there before. He knows what it's like going against the big, tough games. I got the Outlaws winning like 12-6.
Low scoring.
Yeah, it's going to be really low. The defensive side, my boys Zach, Carl, and all them on that D-line is going to be getting after that Rebels online. Raph was doing it, and he's been gone out of the game for a couple of years and came back and did his thing. But
what about, not to cut you off, but last year a lot of the jokes were at Ren's about how he can't put up all these points, and then the Rebels put up 6 points.
Yeah, I heard part of the issue was the new footballs or something. Some of them were slipping out of his hand. Like
Deflategate, bro?
not Deflategate, but like they're brand new. I think even Matt, we had talked about it. We're gonna put a little artificial wear and tear on them or something. But I know
You got dudes in the
Akil,
parking lot just spiking the balls.
Akil's a hell of a quarterback himself, but he's still trying to learn the system, just like Rico is. That's why I said it's gonna be super like low scoring because both of them learning the system.
Yeah.
But Rico's been there before. He's been in the big dances, and I think he'll get all the guys rally around him, and they'll win that game 12-6. Akil will catch a couple people slipping though. But we'll see. And again, like it's gonna be hard for some of those receivers to get free because you got Carl there now. From what I heard, they unretired number 26 because that's who CJ, right? The receiver for the Outlaws is CJ Venencia, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, from my understanding, his number was retired.
I got you.
You got Carl out there, J. Lou, and then you got I don't know what the other DBs are, but I just know them is
Johnny Grant, I believe his last name. He was making it known that he should have got play of the week last year. So shouts to you for staying in my inbox.
And that front seven they're gonna get after it. And the D line, like they're missing Alex and Rick. I didn't see Rick there. There's Rick's supposed to be back, I thought, right? Rick Works. Is he back?
Yeah, might be. I don't know.
You're missing Alex from that O line. You're missing Rick and whatnot. So it's like literally Alex was like the captain of that line, in my opinion. He's terrible to go against. I ain't going against him. He whooped me when he played D-line when I was a center.
So you said 12-6 final score.
12-6. I got Outlaws winning it. Rico's going to rally them together.
And then going down south at Keno Sports Center, we got the Tucson Thunder versus the Arizona Spartans, who I don't want to say shocked the world, but definitely, put their foot down against the reigning champs. Championship rematch and kind of came out strong. They got a new familiar face in Dre coming back. He went crazy. He's taking this game to the next level. He's got his best friend Tyree Taylor looking back there. He's scrappy as can be. He can play at any position.
Yeah, they have a couple of adjustments. I think the Spartans defense drastically improved, at least at DB for sure. And then they got hella weapons. I definitely got the Spartans travel well. I got them winning it. Like again, I'm gonna say 28-14, 28-12. And there, I think Aaron adjusted and he kept Scotty in, because he got a lot of backlash. People were going at him like, "How you gonna not start Scotty when they had Trey and everything?" And he kept Scotty there from the jump. Then got Jake in when needed to be, and he learned from that past mistake. And I have them go. They're my favorite to go to the ship. I think they're gonna be one of the teams that make it back, potentially win it all.
Kind of finished last year's.
Yeah, because you give Jake time. He's gonna make you pay for it for sure.
Yeah, and Scotty, as you see, can.
Yeah, and Scotty again.
Can go out
I played with Scotty. He's a hell of a running back, hell of a quarterback, all around player. Like he's gonna get the job done too. So we'll see. I'm not sure who's starting this week, but I can see them starting with Scotty again, and then kind of rolling Jake out when they need it. But if they travel well, I got it 28-12. Let's go final score 28-12.
I definitely want to learn up on the Thunder. I feel like they're I don't want to say the little brothers of the league, but just overlooked because everything's centralized here in Phoenix. So then they travel and feel some type of way, and now there's only one Tucson team where there used to be the Demons and such. So I definitely got to put some more journalistic elbow grease and learn about these guys because they're a big team, and it's cool to know that we have a presence down in Tucson too. And I heard the sports facility is really
that's what I heard
nice.
too. It's super. I'm excited to play down there. I don't like doing the drive and everything. But nonetheless, I'm excited to play in that complex. Like, if it's anything like how Legacy is, and Legacy's going under construction, and that was amazing.
Yeah.
Like, compared to getting dressed on the sideline at high schools and stuff at times.
Yeah.
I know the CFL mainly had lockers when we could, but during COVID, some of the times we didn't have it. Or in the other leagues, we dressed on the sideline, like the AZCFL. We didn't really have lockers.
Yeah.
I mean, when we did, we had it for maybe one game that I can recall. But, I'm still going to stick with Spartans. And I just heard Jake starting, so we'll see how that goes. Well, I don't know because he just got there like 3 weeks ago. He had like maybe 3 practices in with them. But they got some additions at O-line from some of the Pete guys that came over, I heard. Like I said, they protected him, and he made them pay for it. So.
Yeah, and that was, that's kind of the what ifs. Like, if he had a line, maybe, and then you put it to the test, and he actually performed. So, let's see.
12 points allowed.
Paint the picture, man. Saturday night, game of the week. We got the revamped Hawks, new helmets with a new revamped Titans. And, as you acknowledge, you guys being like the bottom tier teams of the league.
We're ranked 8th right now, 51 allowed.
So, with that being said, kind of the theme of Saturday night is getting out of the basement, rising above and getting that first win. Obviously, it's a very young season. It's only this week 2, but under the lights,
a lot of people
on camera.
A lot of people are gonna say, "Oh, it's not the game of the week." We should put probably the Outlaws and Rebels there or something.
Well, a lot of people don't understand that you have to build from the inside out. You know what I'm saying?
You got to give the new team some shine.
If we continue to make you guys the lowest team, then the league doesn't grow.
Yeah, like the whole point is to have the most competitive football in the state.
Exactly.
So we got to get our shine there, son.
Yeah. So paint the picture, man.
We last year, just go back, we came out and what was it? Just kind of overlooked them. Because they were still having guys show up late and whatnot, and all of our guys have guys that warm ups, stretching like, oh, it's gonna be a breeze, la da 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 da, and just kind of just goofing off in a sense, and not goofing like during just talking, not focused on the task at hand. And we're like, oh, we might have a forfeit win or whatever. They don't have enough guys because it came off of when I think they forfeited the game against Prescott when they got hurt, if I'm not mistaken. That was the week before us was when they played the Silverbacks, and they came out and hit us in the mouth. As long as at halftime it was 2-0. And they did that with 17 guys, I think, in total. And so I'm not overlooking them at all. Like, we ended up winning at the end of the day. And, what was it, 17-7. And that was a grind. You feel me? For long, I wasn't letting my team down. I was like, if we win 2-0 because of me, I'm getting the safety they let me basically blow by and get, I was like, y'all never hear the end of it from me. But we rallied back and did it. But now they're completely revamped, have a hell of a lot more guys. So I know they're going to come out and punch them out the same way. But I'm still going to pick us to win 12-6 or 12-8. I think Rome will have a good game. We had to practice, added more depth at the O-line. Because like I said, for the Canes, our practice got rained out Wednesday. So I'm not going to take nothing away from the Canes. They whooped our ass. But, excuse my language, but missing a practice when you only have one a week, it's crucial.
Right.
You know what I mean? So ours got rained out. We couldn't add some of the pieces we wanted to do. Then losing our quarterback, who was also our punter, so we had like makeshift punts and whatnot, was tough. But now we had to practice, added some new O-line guys last night and such. So I think we'll come out and win 12-6, 12-8.
And so Rome's starting quarterback?
Rome's starting. You're going to might see me a little bit on the O-line too. We'll see. Or back there at fullback to, help block. We'll see. There's a little inside scoop you get from me. But
you might see it.
I got to pick my guys. I picked the Canes last week over me. But, again, the Titans are still just like us. They're still improving. They're still working on and getting it out the mud themselves. Then I think we had the win on them from last year. I'm going to roll in and we're going to make a statement, try to make a statement against them and show that, hey, it wasn't a fluke. Because a lot of the guys thought definitely they should have won that game.
So it technically, all the games being at Legacy besides Keno and Tucson, you guys are the away team, I think.
Yeah, the away team. We're going to be in all white.
All white?
All white.
All right, cool. The numbers, easy to read because your boy's back in the booth this Saturday.
Oh, yes.
And I'll be broadcasting the game, so I want to make sure these Coke bottle glasses can pick up the numbers.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I think the ones that are hardest to read was maybe the blue because there's blue faded into the number because I think it's like a blue, green, and like a little shade of white, but it's more blue on the number, so that was kind of hard to see for the blue one.
Okay, cool.
But we're going all white because Titans are going to be in their blues, and I think we will pull together a win. It will be ugly because, like I said, we're still working out the kinks, and we lost, losing Day hurt. We had another player transfer. We don't have our initial starting quarterback we usually have, and a couple new pieces of the line. Additions. It's an upgrade from me playing O-line for sure with who we added, but still, timing's not there. We had Jordan taking all the snaps and everything. So Rome he was anticipating only playing receiver this season and then some DB, and then playing quarterback when he has to.
So before we get to our last segment and one last commercial break, bring it down. You got Phantoms.
I picked Canes 24-6. Then it was the Outlaws and Rebels. I got the Outlaws 12-6. Then Spartans 28-12.
Yep. And then you got 12.
12-6. 12-8. 12-8.
12-8. Boom.
12-8.
There you have it. We'll see if these scores hold up. Like I said, we got one last segment, and very excited to get to it. But one last commercial from our sponsors.
Right.
And we're back. AZCFL Intel, Episode 2, Season 3. Jesse Burke, Big Blue. Blue Hawk Down, as we like to call
Blue Hawk Down, Big Bob. Blue Hawk Down's new. I'm going to use it.
the newest one.
I'm going to do the hashtag for that, too.
Nicknames are born here on Intel. But
I'm going to copyright it before you do. So.
Super excited to get to our new segment. It's very popular amongst the crowd already. Excited to roll out this segment. We're here, and we're getting our popcorn ready. We're at the segment. That is, get your popcorn ready. As you know, man, these are some questions drawn up from Red Zone itself.
Spicy.
You know, I was able to go incognito and see what questions were being passed around, and then, copy and pasted them and got them here.
Tassi had like 80% of the questions.
Yeah,
so.
hey, Tassi, appreciate you,
yeah,
man.
Appreciate it. Some of them, some low blows, but it's all right. I know that's what you're good at.
Oh, yeah. So, rules restated. He has to answer three questions out of the multiple in here. He gets to pass one if he doesn't like it. And after that, you know what I'm saying?
I'm going to try to answer as much as I can.
He can answer as much as he can. Any other rollover questions, we'll get it in the comments for after. But yeah, man, question one, here we go.
All right. What we got for popcorn? Who's a good semi-pro backup player who thinks they're a starter?
So the question, who's the good backup who thinks they're a starter?
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to have to give a shout out my guy, Darion.
Man.
That's my boy. But he knows it too. He said it himself, like he played with the Rebels and stuff and was a rotational player. But we have a lot of talent at DB too, and he can attest to that. But he's probably one of them. He has potential to be a starter, a lot of places, maybe. But here, I think, like I said, he's not in our starting lineup. He might be in that nickel spot, or he'll come in when Shane or Gus, who was number 3, was playing. Well, sorry, Darion, man. I got to keep it a buck.
I'll give you some love, though. He did play in my Turkey Bowl on Thanksgiving.
I know. I heard he did his thing.
And he balled out. He actually broke one of my friends'.
No, he's good, for sure. But like I said, he's one of the number 2s that could be as good as the number 1s.
So all that sounds to me is get back in the lab, bro. Keep working on your craft.
And myself too. I'm a good backup. That he thinks I'm still number 1.
Yeah. He's just trying to be nice, bro. All right, second question.
All right.
Yeah, mix it up, bro. Get the butter on there.
Yeah. Who is the most overrated player in the CFL? Damn.
That was a pass from last week. Somebody didn't want to touch it. So who is the most overrated?
I'm gonna probably pass this one. I'm gonna go ahead and pass that.
Nobody wants to touch this one.
I don't, like I said, I already went on my own.
Nobody wants to touch this one. The commissioner's getting antsy. He wanted to hear this one, but hey, we're gonna have to wait till next week. All right, he gets one.
Pass. This is my third. So I have to answer 2 more after this, right?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
What do we got here? Okay. Who is the new Cam Gaddis of the CFL? All right. That's a tough one. But I can answer that one.
For those that don't know who Cam Gaddis is, Hall of Famer in the AZCFL, transitioned to the Arena League. Now he's like a full-time coach and development.
Runs the sevens. He has Gaddis gains the lead.
He works 97 hours a day. If you see his videos, man.
He put in the most work.
Yeah,
shout out to him. He's getting those guys.
And he could probably come out still and cook everybody. So.
Oh no, he's like I said. He said he's gonna come out for 5 games of the playoffs or something like that. From what I've seen on the thing.
I got it. Got my calendar circled, bro. But yeah, Cam, who's filling the shoes?
The new Cam. A couple. So if we're just going corner, I will say Tim has that possibility of being
Timothy Smith.
Yeah, but they have a lot of good corners over there, between him, his brother. Then you got TJ, you got Jake. You have like a lot of DBs over there that are good, but so they don't really have to. He doesn't have to really follow the best receiver because all of them have potential.
And then Tim has a brother.
Yeah, True.
Tim and
It
True.
might be him too. He was walking it down last
What,
week.
is he on the Canes too?
He's on the King. Yeah, they're
okay.
both there. You got TJ, but my new Cam, it might be. Like I said, he has potential. Probably Martin, too, like because he used to be that guy. Like I said, I don't know. I know they heard that. You know, that Billy. Or no, not Billy. Fluke was that guy too. But it's hard. Any of them could be that. But I'm gonna probably say Martin because like I said, he has a couple rings to prove he was that corner.
Yeah, and I got
So
my man's from the East Coast, so it's neighborhood with him. And
can't fight though.
he
He
said
Jonte can't either.
he said Jonte can't box, bro.
He said he's got 30 seconds in him, and then after that, it's a wrap.
I rock the Adidas for you, Jonte. I told you to tap in, bro. Three stripe life.
Yeah.
All right. So you said Timothy, or is it two?
I'm gonna go two. Because he's been around these leagues the longest at that. Like, Tim's still new to these. This is like, what, his third year or something like that? Second or third? But I'm going to say Martin. Definitely
East
two.
Coast hitter. Matt's got a bone to pick with him because, likes to do the I'm retired, then,
I know, I've seen that.
2 weeks
but
later.
I can't hate on that. I'm that guy, too. But the difference with me, though, is I'm only out like this because we're lacking people. And linemen is hard to come by. Skilled players aren't so much. And the difference between me and the other owners is if we're lacking, I'm going to go down on my shield and come and help my team try to get the W. So
Very
that's the only reason why I'm back in. But I promise next year I do not play here. Mark it now. You've seen it here first. This is my last year playing.
You're on intel. We get nicknames and we get, defiant statements. This last year.
That part.
All right, last and final question.
All right. Let's see. Which one is spicy?
Yeah, get it spicy, bro.
Who is the fastest person in the CFL? Okay.
Wait, actually, my bad. That might be a repeat from last week.
Who was the fastest person?
Yeah,
Okay,
and I think we did Fluke. So
I was going to say, Fluke would probably be the
Apologize.
one.
He gets an extra one. That's my bad.
Okay.
Nobody cries over spilled popcorn.
This is long. I can't read. Who's your favorite player you've gone up against, played with, or somebody you wish you had the chance to run with? Player I've gone up against, Alex Williams. He was number 50, Mr. Hall of Pancakes, him. We were supposed to get a rematch against each other.
Oh, he does like jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, he does that now. He's thinking about coming back out from what some of the red zone he posts. But him, I would have liked to play with him too. Any of those D-line guys, like Tosti, it would have been fun playing with him on the D-line. My boys Zach and Carl, those guys, never got to ever play a season with them. Played before Zach and Carl and them left the Reapers because we had all them over there. That would have been dope to run with. But definitely player gone was probably Alex. On the O-line, like I said, when I'm on O-line, he gave me the work. He got a couple sacks against me. And then I got one against him. They don't like to count it. D-Will and them they don't count because the ball fumbled when Rico got it. But I drove Alex back there and I got the sack. Roll the film on it if you want. But yeah, those guys. Same with Jake or them. I would have loved to play with the Spartans this year, especially have all those guys that are over there. They're one of my locations I'd probably go to. But anyone that plays D-line with me is going to be like Tossie, Alex, Carl, Zach, any of them, because I'll make their job easier because I could take 2 blocks at a time, even 3 at a time.
Has there been anybody?
Same thing with Junior. I would have loved to play with Junior. We never got to. There was always he came to the Reapers at one point in the off-season stuff and was going to, and then chose. I think he went to the Sergeants that year. So there's a couple of those D-line guys I would have loved to play with.
Is there anybody that's reached out to you saying the same thing, like they wish they played with you, or anybody that
Not from my understanding.
they
no.
tried to recruit you? You ever been recruited?
I've definitely had players owners reach out and stuff. Funny fact, Stretch reached out to me before from the Phantoms way back when before, but I decided to go back with the Reapers. Been a couple. Again, the one over with the Warriors. Thermu I was gonna play with. They've reached out way back when. And any of the teams in the AZCFL at the time, like the Predators and stuff, like when Barry Brooks was over there, he was constantly trying to get me to go play with him and go down when he was the head coach for the Thunder. I was gonna go play down there and carpool with Rome and them to go play down there. So I've been recruited, enough, but I don't think I'm that dynamic of a guy that they would want me there over like someone like Junior or Tossie, because they're a little more violent and faster than I am. You can't can't coach my size.
Maybe not from a player's, but as these guys get older and you want to pick their football brains, maybe recruit them to be coaches. Or
I agree. Tomsey won't do it. I mean, beforehand, I offered him to come be my D-line coach, but he wouldn't do it.
You won't do it.
He said, we're trash. Like, so it is
Wow.
what it is. That's my guy, though. He checked up on me a lot when I had like COVID. He was making sure I was straight because he just got done. Bad only get 2, and it really put him down bad. So he's my guy, but he talks a lot of shit.
Well, that's what that's the beauty of it all. You know what I'm saying?
Keep it PG.
So with that being said, let's just open it up before we get out of here to the audience, see
comments.
kind of who's in and out. Let's see.
My boy looking like a fridge. All right, Matt.
He's probably talking about me. Let's see. All right, let's see.
Ugly as hell, boy. Okay, thanks, Tossie. Reno, he played with me. I don't know what Darian was talking about. I've got an open heart.
Is this intel or roast Bob? We didn't roast you that much, did we?
No, I roast myself for sure.
Yeah.
Matt had a few things, but he didn't chime in all the way.
Say Jesse.
Well,
say
big
Jesse.
dreams for
Say
what?
Hawk one more time. Hawk. Oh, because my accent. I say like.
Well,
you
he says we're the birds.
Hawk.
We're the bird team, man. That's what it is.
the bird team.
Shout out to him and what he's doing with Highland. You're right. We make the Hawks look bad, but 2 different levels: AIA and then Adult Pop Warner. Officers. Oh, you got me messed up. I never been to jail.
Renz is still trash. Renz is not trash, bro. He's playing at another level. He went undefeated last year.
Doing, fan? What's his name?
I think we put to bed the Renz is trash. He's a good athlete, man.
All right, man.
I'm better on give me the effing rock. Raph. What up, Raph? Shouts to Raph.
Yeah,
getting back in the mix, playing again.
Yeah.
Big 99. I like that, bro.
I told him I was gonna pancake him this year when I was playing O-line. Like when we were doing the cactus.
Rocket
thing.
That's a good fastest dude too.
Yeah, but like you said, I don't think he's playing.
True.
But he is though. He's got speed. Then there's Johnny, number 8 from the Reapers. He's super fast too. Joe Parker. He's quick. That time's by 21. What you trying to do? Oh.
Do we promote gambling here in the league?
That's what it is. Raph put that'll get pancaked. Like I said, I've only ever been pancaked in this league by McClure.
Yeah.
He caught me slipping, ear holding me when I was engaged with somebody.
Guillermo Reyes Jr. said, "What up? What's up, Rob?"
Oh, yeah, that's Big G. We played together on the Dragons.
Raph says you'll never pancake him.
Life we pancake.
4 sacks. 1 for each quarter, bro. It's impressive.
Okay. I do not. You will not get 4 sacks.
Mm.
I got money on that if you want to do that. You don't get 4 sacks.
He's talking Monopoly dollars, not real money.
Oh, I mean, we're allowed this.
Arizona's, I don't know.
Yeah, we're allowed to gamble now in Arizona like that.
Yeah.
Sports gambling, we'll put sports bet. But he said, hey, I put 500 that I won't get, pancaked at all this season. If anyone wants to take up the bet, Tosti said he got 20 that I'll get caught slipping, so that's screenshot and locked in. Raph said he's going to put a bounty on my head if he locks that in because it's $500. So I'm assuming he would break out whatever if he won it. Like give him out of the 500 to some of the players whatever players decide to do it and take him up on it. But I still stand. I will not get pancaked in this league as long as I'm playing.
Lineman Corey Washington last year from the Rebels, he said linemen are hungry. They want their pancakes.
That's right. Again, we are in. I played teams I haven't played. I haven't played the Spartans. I haven't played against the Outlaws. I've played against the Phantoms. I've played against the Rebels. Played against the Titans. Played against the Thunder. So I think I just haven't played against the Outlaws and Spartans. So maybe they got some hogs over there now. Maybe they can get it done. I know Raph for sure is going to be telling them on the sideline, get in there, and maybe he'll step in himself to try to help double team and pancake. But if we take it up, hey, there's 500 out there. I'll bet it.
Well, that's a lot on the line, but for
hey, I'm confident. I can't believe he put that as a side bet. He was like that Bleau will get pancaked as is the game coming up, and Titans didn't do that. They've revamped a little bit too, but I don't see them doing it neither.
We'll find out Saturday.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm excited for Saturday, man. And, game of the week, under the lights, under the mic.
Yeah. Catch me. Are you coming down to do the sideline reports and stuff too?
I think we'll have it. No, we're gonna have another sideline reporter this week.
Okay.
Should be somebody on the field doing that. But yeah, again, before we let you get out of here, any good wishes, any mentality going into the weekend, any type of thoughts and shouts you want to give out to the Hawk Nation?
Shout Shout out Day. My man's, going to surgery and such. It sucks. I'm not sure how long he's out for, but I know he's in the hospital now. It was a dislocation, and there'll be more. And shout, there's a lot. My boy Shane, he's returning this week. He's Day-Day's like brother. Gus, he was a lockdown corner last week. Number 3. I mean, I won't say total lockdown, 51 points, so I'm sure lockdown, but at least on his side, he was doing his thing. Shout out on other teams, Zach, Carl, from the Outlaws. Shout out, the Spartans guys. Shout out to Jake. Really wish he told me he was retired. I kept trying to recruit him heavy to come over.
You were trying to get KP last year.
KP's my guy. Him, Rod, my boy Keys over there. Shout out to Andrew, too, who just came out of retirement.
That's what we should call the league, out of retirement.
Yeah, right. At this point, we should have an out of retirement podcast.
Oh, boom. That's another one. Add it to the CMX schedule.
Copyright it, Matt. Go ahead. Shout out Kyle from the Rebels. He plays my back. Me and him played together on the Dragons. That's where he was introduced to these leagues at. I think of other guys. Bradley, who's on the Thunder now. And shout out to Matt for letting me be a part of his league, even though I frustrate him sometimes.
You did something right to let you guys back this year, so you just got to, prove him wrong, prove yourself right. So for that, again, thank you for joining me on episode 2 of season 3 AZCFL Intel. I'm your host, Jesse Burke. He is the guest, Big Bob.
Big
Rob Bleau, Blue Hawk down.
You owe me a soda.
Pepsi or Coke? Who are you?
I'm a Coke guy.
Pepsi. So, that's the beauty of the world.
Sweet.
You know what I'm saying? But again, thanks to everyone tuning in. Stay tuned as we have a full week of Cactus Media X shows. Commissioner's Corner, Petty Sunday, and of course Saturday night.
Shout out Cactus Fuel.
AZCFL Game of the Week, live streamed on Facebook page, Cactus Media X, all the other platforms. Again, thank you for tuning in, and we'll catch you Saturday.
Later.